Save smarter, live richer. The Japanese money method. Imagine this: you work hard every day, save diligently, yet your bank balance never seems to grow. Meanwhile, Japanese families build wealth effortlessly on modest incomes. What's their secret? It's not luck. It's a centuries-old system of financial discipline. Welcome to Mastering Money, the Japanese secret to smart saving. Stick around as I reveal 7 proven strategies that can transform your finances. The story of Hiroshi, a lesson in financial discipline. Let me introduce you to Hiroshi, a humble salaryman in Tokyo. For decades, he lived in a tiny apartment, took homemade bento to work, and never splurged on a new car. His coworkers laughed at him, calling him stingy. But Hiroshi had a plan. Every month, he meticulously tracked his spending, avoided waste, and followed a simple philosophy: live below your means, invest wisely, and let time do the rest. Fast forward 40 years, Hiroshi retired a multimillionaire, while his spend-happy colleagues scrambled to extend their working years. His secret? Not working harder or chasing the next big stock, but saving smarter, the Japanese way. Today, we'll explore the exact strategies that made this possible. The mindset behind Japan's saving culture. Hiroshi's story highlights an important truth. Wealth isn't about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep. Japan's saving culture isn't just about penny pinching. It's a mindset of respect, patience, and long-term thinking. If you're ready to take control of your finances and build wealth the smart way, subscribe to this channel. We break down money secrets every week, so you don't have to figure it out alone. Now, let's dive into the 7 powerful principles of mastering money the Japanese way. 1. Kakeibo, the art of mindful spending. Ever heard of Kakeibo? It's not some high-tech budgeting app. It's a century-old Japanese method of tracking expenses using just a pen and notebook. Unlike Western budgeting, which often focuses on rigid categories, Kakeibo asks a simple question: do I really need this? By writing down every expense and reflecting on whether a purchase aligns with your goals, you develop an intentional relationship with money. But what makes Kakeibo truly special is its built-in reflection process. Each month, users review their spending habits and analyze where they can improve. This self-awareness prevents mindless spending and fosters a stronger financial mindset. And here's something fascinating: Japanese households that practice Kakeibo report a deeper sense of financial control and emotional well-being. Writing down expenses forces you to confront your money habits directly, making it harder to justify unnecessary splurges. If you struggle with impulse purchases, maybe it's time to swap that budgeting app for a simple notebook. 2. Minimalist spending, the power of danshari in Japan. There's a philosophy called danshari, which means declutter, remove excess, and live simply. It's not just about tidying up, it's about eliminating unnecessary expenses. 2. The Japanese believe that less is more, and this applies to spending habits. Do you really need a closet full of clothes you never wear or a new phone every year? Minimalist spending isn't about deprivation, it's about prioritizing what truly adds value to your life. Rather than buying 10 cheap shirts that wear out in a year, the Japanese invest in 2 or 3 high-quality ones that last for decades. This mindset saves money in the long run and reduces waste. Compare this to Western consumerism, where bigger houses often lead to endless accumulation of stuff. In Japan, smaller living spaces encourage people to buy only what they truly need, reinforcing intentional consumption. Would adopting a minimalist spending mindset help you save more? 3. A cash-first mentality, avoiding debt. While many Western countries embrace credit cards, Japan has a deeply rooted aversion to debt. Cash is king in Japan, and borrowing is seen as a last resort. Many older Japanese citizens still avoid credit cards altogether, preferring cash for everyday transactions. This stems from Japan's cultural emphasis on self-reliance and financial responsibility. By prioritizing saving before spending, Japanese households ensure they never have to rely on credit for daily expenses. And here's an eye-opening fact: people who pay with cash tend to spend 12 to 18% less than those who use credit cards. The pain of parting with physical money makes you second-guess unnecessary purchases. Could switching to a cash-first mentality help you take more control of your spending? 4. Group accountability, the power of Tanoshi in Japan. Saving isn't a solo sport. Families, workplaces, and friends often engage in cooperative saving plans to keep each other accountable. One example is Tanoshi, a centuries-old tradition, where groups contribute to a collective fund, and members take turns accessing it for large expenses. This reinforces trust and financial responsibility. Many Japanese companies also encourage employees to set up salary deduction savings plans, where a portion of their paycheck automatically goes into savings, eliminating the temptation to spend first and save later. Would having a financial accountability partner make it easier for you to stay on track? 5. The art of frugality. Modern frugality often gets a bad rap, but in Japan, it's an art form. Being thrifty isn't about sacrifice, it's about maximizing value. The concept of motonai discourages waste. Whether it's food, clothes, or household items, the Japanese believe in using everything to its full potential before replacing it. Old clothes become cleaning rags, leftovers turn into new meals, and household items are meticulously maintained rather than thrown away. The result: less waste, more savings, and a deep appreciation for what they own. What small frugal habits could you adopt to improve your financial life? 6. The envelope system. Shunyu Bukuro. One of Japan's most effective yet underrated money strategies is the envelope system, known as Shunyu Bukuro. Unlike digital budgeting, this method involves physically allocating cash into envelopes labeled for specific expenses: food, bills, savings, and leisure. The rule is simple. Once an envelope is empty, you stop spending. This system forces you to prioritize and plan ahead, creating instant financial discipline without complicated spreadsheets or apps. Would switching to cash for everyday expenses help you save more? 7. The Edo period savings strategy. Chisoku. Japan's savings culture isn't new. It dates back to the Edo period 1603 to 1868. During this time, merchants followed a simple rule: save half, spend half. This strategy allowed them to build wealth across generations and maintain financial stability even in uncertain times. They also practiced chisoku, the idea that wealth isn't just about accumulation, but about knowing when enough is enough. In a world that constantly pushes us to want more, sometimes the key to financial freedom is learning to be content with what we already have. Could you adopt a save half, spend half mindset? Final thoughts: which of these strategies resonated with you the most? Will you start tracking your spending like a Kakeibo master, adopt the motonai philosophy, or maybe try the Edo period technique of saving half and spending half? Whatever it is, start small, but stay consistent, because every dollar, yen, or euro saved brings you one step closer to financial independence. Subscribe for more financial wisdom, and until next time, stay mindful, stay intentional, and keep mastering your money the Japanese way.